Yo, edit, rock, bend your hand. Yeah, G. Bring the heat. Yo, Ed and Grant, controllers in hand. DMG Gaming, the digital land. Talking about pixels, 8-bit plans. Drop knowledge bombs harder than Crash Band. Mike's on fire like Mario's flower. Power up, spit in under an hour. Joystick stories, arcade glory. Grant got the jokes that narrates the story. DMG, the level's complete. Talking games, yo, they bring that heat. From the classics to the next gen sweet. Press start, no pause, this podcast elite.
OG FF fans are like the Dunedain, you know, like Aragorn's people. An ancient race of men, handsome and noble. They've been around a long time, but they're also scattered to the wilderness and somewhat disorganized. OG FF fans are more like elves, noble and wise. They were there at the forging of the first games, and they were there when the strength of Squaresoft failed and the monstrous Square Enix was born. Modern fans, on the other hand, are more like orcs. Unthinking and hideous, they gather in huge swarms under the great eye of Squareon. A teeming, raging mass of anime PFPs, they are hell-bent on destroying all that was once green and good. Or perhaps they're like the Skaven from Warhammer, teeming swarms of horrific rat people, as cowardly as they are dishonest, except instead of being addicted to Warpstone, they're addicted to bad remakes. That's the difference between OG FF fans and modern fans.
All right, that's what's his name? Sebbywebz, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Let me get that right. Yeah, Sebbywebz. All right. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that take on OG fans and your weebs that you got nowadays?
Yeah, no, so he's correct. And the thing about it is I like the remake games. I like them.
Yeah.
But to sit there and say that, don't act like you're playing the same game that we played, because you're not. Not close. You're not at all. You are playing Final Fantasy VII, but you're not playing the Final Fantasy VII that we played. The one that we played is far better.
And FF7 Rebirth tackles its overall approach to story the same way that Remake does, where about 95% of this game is pretty much classic FF7 one-to-one. Tackles its
What do you think about that?
He's wrong. He's completely wrong. It's not.
95% is a very high number. All right, you're saying Final Fantasy VII OG and Remake Rebirth. I'd say let's put them together. Put them together.
Yeah.
95% the same game.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, the side quests in Final Fantasy VII are just putrid.
Yeah.
Can we be honest about that? To all my weebs, my cartoon little profiles, my anime profiles that have an anime girl, but they're actually a boy, or a grown man who's 50.
In fact,
the anime profile of a girl. For those guys that have jumped into this conversation also, the side quests are putrid. The side quests are putrid, and a lot of the game overextending some parts of the story to try to be more. They think they can like broaden the storytelling of it, and they think broadening the storytelling of a lot of scenes makes it better, when a lot of times it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
The reason why Final Fantasy they're remaking these games is because Final Fantasy VII, the OG, was a masterpiece of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it was a masterpiece of the game, because of not only the storytelling, but how they told the story and the sequences they did tell the story. All right. Not the drawn out parts, you know, what they did in the Rebirth and Remake. They drew out a lot of the scenes, making them more expansive. I mean, not saying that's a bad thing. I liked how they developed some of the characters. You got to see more of their personalities, you know, voicing and everything like that. You got to see that. I love that because I love the characters, right? I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. But bottom line, I mean, they're like, it's probably around 60% the same game. About six.
It's about 60%.
Would you agree
right.
agree
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at like the 2/3 because there's a huge chunk of that is a different timeline, all that stuff. That's a third, at least a third of the plot twisting.
Correct. I mean, they talked about Zack and the OG, but not like.
Can we talk about that too?
Hold on, real quick before we talk about that. One thing that the OG doesn't have, thank God, is Chadley. Yuck! I hate that guy.
So what was going through Square Enix's head when they like pushed him out on X?
Terrible.
Do the weebs like him?
I guess
Anime profile people, a little whatever.
they seem to like the most annoying characters in games. I've noticed that.
But Chadley, like they Square Enix promoting like he's like some star of the game. Like I'm going to buy the game because of Chadley. No,
I will say this. What they did, I will say that they did better than the OG is they gave Eris more personality.
Yeah, they gave everybody more personality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a next gen game and it's a different era. But they did not do. Man, I'm trying to explain this right because, all right, you have all this new technology and stuff to make games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. All right, in Final Fantasy VII, that era when it came out, they told a story in a compact way, but they told it in a masterful way. If you're going to broaden the story, change the story a little bit, and go more in depth into character details and stuff like that, you got to be smart with it.
Yeah.
You cannot, you can't like draw out things. You have to keep the story on pace, the action on pace, the character development on pace, and you can't go off and do all these mundane side quests. Okay?
Yeah.
People, I understand there's some side quests that are awesome. That kind of gives you more story stuff, but a lot of the side quests is just mundane.
It's stupid.
They're stupid, boring, and just like you're playing an MMORPG.
Yeah, exactly. Like when did
back
it become
from the early 2000s of doing all the running around?
Yeah, like when did it become like you go talk to a person and be like, hey, I'll give you some gold if you go get me 3 chocobo talons.
And the issue is in Rebirth mainly is they did this at the very beginning when you get into the open field out of Midgard.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately have these mundane side quests that you gotta get enveloped in, but if you want to get certain material or items and like do stuff, you got to do the side quests.
Correct.
You don't have to, but
if you want the good weapons and stuff and all that
this
stuff.
is why they're not the same game, and this is why the remakes are not better than the original. The original was a masterpiece, and the reason why you have movies, you have series, all the merchandise, all the spinoffs from the OG game, the remakes is how 10 out of 10, perfect, one of the best games ever made, revolutionized really gaming at the time because of the cutscenes and all that stuff. Everyone wanted to be like Final Fantasy in their games. And how they told the story. The new remakes, I like them.
Yeah.
All right? Don't get me wrong. I like them, but it's not the same. The pacing, the drawn out character development, it's not the same. That's why
I promise you, we're not shitting on the remakes. We're not.
But to say 95%, man, that's crazy to me.
That is insane.
That's crazy to me. Sebbywebz, I mean, he has a lot. I just showed one clip to his, but he went into it a lot on Final Fantasy VII, on the remakes. And I don't know if what we hit on today are kind of his similar things, but he goes into it pretty hard too. But I do agree with quite a bit he has said. And I like Maximilian Dood.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of his stuff. Like, I remember when Rebirth was first announced, and not the Rebirth first announced, but when he was playing the demo or something like that, and how excited he was.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way. Like, they're bringing back Final Fantasy VII. This is awesome. But at that time, I thought they were bringing back the entire base game in the remake. I thought that's what it was going to be.
Yeah.
And to me, trying to milk money out of this in 3 games was just not a good idea, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think they would have had just as much success, if not even greater success, if they just did an HD 2D remake or something similar to that.
That's it. That's all they had to do.
I really do. I think they would have
been
been just as successful.
Yeah. I mean, you could have changed, if you wanted to update the dialogue and stuff like that, you could have done that. That'd have been fine.
Yeah, they could have added voices to that.
Yeah.
They have all HD 2D games always have voices, like Octopath Traveler. Yeah, they have great. The first one had a great story. I love the first Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
But this is what it kind of deserves. Or, if you're going to do remake, I get it takes a while, but condense it down some and just do, like you did the new ones, except make it one game. Don't do all the drawn out stupid side quests. Don't do the drawn out story side characters that a lot of people just don't care about, honestly. I understand the
Chadley, Ed. Chadley.
No, not even Chadley, man. Like Yuffie.
Hate Yuffie.
Yuffie was just an okay character.
It's stupid.
A
stupid
lot of people
character.
would be mad,
I don't care.
Let's be
I don't
real.
care.
Yuffie was
is
not
stupid.
near as good as character as many of your other side characters.
Aerith sucks. Sorry.
Damn.
No, I'm saying she's not a good character. Tifa, great. Barrett, he's all right.
I like
Sid,
Barrett.
Sid's
Sid's
great.
awesome.
Red 13, fantastic.
Yeah, Red 13 was awesome too.
Hated Kate Sith.
Yeah, Kate Sith. I didn't like Kate Sith. Goofy. But I understand why they did.
Dude, I like Vincent.
Vincent was
Right?
He's a pimp.
Yeah.
I mean, Vincent was awesome, man. I mean, he even got his own side game after that.
Yeah.
Dirt.
I mean,
What's it
it-
called?
I mean,
Dirt
it
and
didn't-
Subarus?
I mean, it didn't do good, but
No, it didn't do good, but he was cool enough to make us.
yeah.